of a lie. You got that right. As we get set ready to wind them up, Jim Winnington, officially, of course, our flag man. Jonathan up here in the tower. Got the girls set and ready to go. What an event. 20 Brian Skaggs out of Ironton, Ohio. That was the 20 on track. Brian Skaggs, I got a chance to talk to him. He had 3 wins a year ago. Former PRP Portsmouth Raceway Park track champion in 20. There we are. Good to have everybody. You see Jonathan in the far left there.
The man making it all happen here.
Yes, he is.
The one that you don't want yelling at you in your ear as the weekend goes along.
That's right. So right in front of the backstretch camera there is the 20. There's Brian Skaggs. That's Stealth Race Car. Jim talked about Brian Skaggs, former champion at Portsmouth Raceway Park. As we get set and ready to go, we'll get you some other cars as we get my race pass going as well. So welcome into Fairbury Speedway. It's going to be a very fun weekend. Track's pretty slimy here. I know they try to get quite a bit of H2O down in it to anticipate over 120 cars. So I'm sure times will be very slower, and then they'll slowly and gradually pick up. Good look at
the milkman there.
Yep, Ryan Sutter and the 7. So as you can see, track awful slimy. We've got 7M of Steve Maughan out of Florence, Alabama. Scheduled to be out there. We got one car sliding around in 21.
That's the 21C of Drew Charlson.
There you go, Drew.
Facing the wrong way.
Get a Drew Charlson, your winner at Eldora Speedway, if that's the same Drew.
It is.
He's
from New Bremen, Ohio, so indeed it would be.
There you go. So Drew Charles was your winner out there, the modified portion of the Dirt Track World Championship. So Drew Charlson, glad to have him here with us. Good look down the front straightaway here at the Fairbury Speedway. Yes, indeed, that was in the Chiltex 21. Brett Hull in the 0 gun underneath you. 37 years of racing. There's 36 of Eric Vaughn. Sidney Landis in 24L. Beautiful looking ride right there.
There goes the 7M.
Mongo, the Steve Maughan out of Florence, Alabama. Hello to everybody watching in Florence, Alabama here tonight. So Mongo Steve Maughan.
Not Steve McMichael.
The only Alabama driver we have here this weekend. So here we go. Hot lap session officially back underway here at Fairbury. All part of the inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootout, brought to you by Popejoy Incorporated. Hot Rod Septic. Tonight's feature 1 brought to you by All-Star Performance. And feature number 2, big shout out to my good friend Ted Brown. Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body. I know he'll be watching us in Florida. Hope you're getting well. Hope to see you soon, buddy. And we miss you here at the Speedway, so can't wait to see you back. Also, times here at the track, if you're at the Fairbury Speedway, all the live timing and scoring up there in turns 1 and 2. So it looks like Callan Alexander setting the fastest lap in the 150 machine, a regular here at the Fairbury Speedway. 22 of Will Bennett. There's Brent Hull. Brent Hull laying down a lap. And Brent Hull third quick in a 19.271. So we got those laps will obviously pick up very fast. So Brent Hull third there. There's the 150 of Callan Alexander. 20. Looks like almost an 18-second lap. So again, the cars pulling onto the speedway. Led out by the 14 machine, one of our Sunoco Rookie of the Year drivers in car number 14. I'll have to make sure. There he is, CJ Springer out of Damiensville, Illinois. And we know the 28 behind that.
Yep, that That is Frank Marshall.
You got it.
And another wily veteran behind him out of Robinson, Illinois. That's the 1S, the Crosley Records 1S of Brian Shaw.
Yeah, American Modified Series champion. Had a successful 2023 season. Did the 1S coming in the picture there. He was going to have Ryan Unzicker drive that backup machine, and I think that kind of fell apart a week ago. Had some mechanical issues there at Kankakee. So Ryan Unzicker not part of this event tonight, but man, he's had some bad luck. Hopefully we'll see him here in the late model later this week. Behind of Brian Shaw, the Madman, Michael Ledford, your winner 1 week ago at the Fairbury Speedway. And man, oh man, what a win it'd be if Squints Palladores could get that $20,000. But man, oh man, that Michael Ledford, he is fast here at the Fairbury Speedway. Of course, Farmer City Raceway as well, but somebody's going to be up front, no doubt. 37L will be one of those drivers. Keep your eyes on the Madman, Michael Ledford.
Yes, sir. Marshall
Call scheduled to be, I think, behind of him in 96C. Nope, we got one more in there. If you're paying one car back, that'll be Marshall Call in 96. Is that Rob Fuqua? In the 3F, we'll check in. But there is Marshall Call. Call made the race a couple of weeks ago here at the Fairbury Speedway. Did a fine job putting it in the feature with a big field of race cars. In 96, as this is all part of 60 cars will come out and also on track.
Yes, indeed. On screen now looks like the 77 machine. There's a few of those in the field too. That's
389 of Matt Dillon out there. I did see him.
Yep.
Joshua Hotson Pillar in 5. 77M, that might be Scott McDonald.
That indeed is Scott McDonald, the 77M.
Travis Kaler in 0. And there's the 389. As I mentioned, a Matt Dillon. Matt out of Newman, Illinois.
Leaving the left front at home on this hot lap session.
So Matt Dillon in 389. Scotty McDonald in 77. Oh, there's Joshua Hotson Pillar in 5H, the 12-mile Indiana driver. Frank Marshall out there as well. And one other driver's we're missing in 14. Who we got, Pat? 14?
That is one of our Sunoco.
Oh, yes, CJ Springer.
Rookie. Yep, that's Springer, one of our Rookie of the Year competitors. And zero surprise here. We got clips there at the end. Mikey Ledford was at the top, but Brian Shaw lays down like 15.344. So track's going to definitely start getting quicker. There's a little ways to go, but right now sitting in a really good spot with the amount of hot laps we have to try and catch that track record set May 12, 2012 by the D1 of Lance Dane. Yep. 13.465. That's the number to kind of keep in mind. We'll bring that one back up when we come out and qualify here in a little bit, but just kind of gives you a little bit of a ballpark of kind of where we sit and kind of what these guys are shooting for.
We get set, ready to go. Mike Brooks going to lead out our next group of cars. Rolling onto the speedway. Mike Brooks in car number 3 in the Draco-sponsored entry.
Yep, driver out of Peoria, Illinois, making the tow down here with us. Good to have Mike with us. Always fast whenever he runs here, regular in the area. Is the one, making sure there's no letters on. I can see it on the screen. That is the Longhorn 1 machine.
Sure if it's the Boogeyman or not. We got Steve Meyer Jr. scheduled to be in 1. See who else we got out there in the 1 machines. Michael Long on track, 43. Jared Thomas. There's the 43 at Jared Thomas. Former late model competitor, I believe, in the 34W, James Walter, the Indiana driver. Yep, James Walter in 34W. I believe last time he was here, or has previously drove a late model here at the Fairbury Speedway in the Cundiff Trucking. 34, there's Jared Thomas in the Hyperfab. Copeland Trucking, car number 43. And there's your favorite coming into the event right there, that Pierce Platinum.
Yep, 5 wins on the season for that driver out of Fowler, Illinois. If you're looking for that one on the map, look over toward Quincy and kind of that area where Iowa meets Illinois meets Missouri.
There you go. Michael Long set ready to go at 18L. A couple of cars behind of them in 45M. Well, we got a 45 of Wes McClara scheduled to be here.
And that is the 45M.
Yep, Wes McClara.
Yep.
McClara set and ready to go. One other driver on track. That is the 12 machine. The 12R, Jeremy Rayburn, I believe, well, the only 12.
Yep. Driver out of Lucasville, Ohio. See him run a lot over towards Portsmouth and in that kind of neck of the woods of Ohio.
Tim Nash scheduled to be out there in 7. I believe that is Tim Nash heading down the back straightaway.
Yep, that's the old number 7 Motorsports entry. One of the drivers representing the Shawnee State of Missouri this weekend.
There you go.
Old number 7 Motorsports.
Farmington, Missouri, Tim Nash heading ready to go. T9, the Diamond chassis of Ryan Thomas. Behind of him, Trent Young out of Crofton, Kentucky in 10Y. And that'll do it for our next hot lap session.
And the one is the 1KJ of Kenny Johnson.
Okay.
So we've kind of figured out one of the drivers there. And I believe that is the Longhorn House car from the looks of how that thing is wrapped up. I know there was one entered on the list with a TBD.
Okay. So Kenny Johnson in 1. 10Y of Trent Young. In times, Patrick, anybody? We got Brian Shaw, Michael Long.
Kenny Johnson jumped to 4th quick. Tim Nash 6th quick, so good lap for the 7N. James Walters 8th quick. Trent Young and Ryan Thomas 9th and 10th. So some movement inside the top 10.
Some more cars. I have such the trouble getting mine to update there. So some more cars pulling onto the speedway. Heading down the back straightaway, a couple of them as they work into turns 3 and 4.
And there's the
Wes Ricketts of 71 on screen.
Yep.
Troy Ricketts. Of course, him and his son Wes Ricketts racing in the event here this weekend.
Right in front of him, John Clippinger in the 16C.
Regular here at the big races here at the Fairbury Speedway. In that Beak-built 111, he's got all kinds of different numbers, and you just never know what that driver's going to put in the box or put on his side of his car. He's always having fun. But Trev Jacoby out of O'Fallon, Missouri.
Oh yeah, he's a personality, but he is. But don't let the fun personality fool you. That right foot is very heavy, and he knows how to wheel a race car.
The familiar Imperial Bowl 111, 21A of Nick Allen is out there as well. We got a couple of 54s. I know Zach Hawk is here. Let's see if we got any other. Some more cars out here for our next hot lap session.
And this is all just in Group A. There's the 1A of Steve Meyer Jr.
There's the Boogeyman.
Yep. There's the 21A of Nick Allen.
Yep, Nick Allen, very fast Wheatfield, Indiana driver. 48 of Adam Pockris. Pockris had a good run a week ago with the Bar Series at Kankakee County Speedway. D98 out of Argenta, I believe. That Danny.
No, that's not
Zach
Danny.
Harris.
That is Zach Harris.
Hopkinsville, Kentucky driver. Yep. Good looking car, number 98. Set and ready to go.
Behind him, that is the 242. Got to talk to him a little bit earlier in the day. Evan Fink got a Glassford former Pro Late model standout.
There you
now
go.
Running in the modified. I know that car's always been fast. I know Brandon Bollinger drove that car for a while and had some great runs, including a Summit win down at I-55.
Absolutely. There's Evan Fink, as we were talking about, 242. Troy Ricketts in 71.
Good look there on your screen. For those watching on the Flow broadcast of Trev Jacoby, that Imperial Bowl car number 111 switched the numbers up this week.
He had it at Kankakee as well, so he likes to have some fun.
We got a piled up in. Sir, you can't park there.
So Troy Ricketts and
Clippinger.
John Clippinger sideways. Looks like some cars. Looks like that'll do it for that hot lap session. Or a few cars pulled off the speedway on the back straightaway. So So we continue to navigate our way through Group A here, hot laps, and then we'll get into qualifying. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Fairbury Speedway, the inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootouts. 123 entries on hand. Well, 122 entries on hand as we work our way through hot laps. Once again, want to thank Popejoy Incorporated, Hot Rod Septic. Tonight's two big features presented by All Star Performance and Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body. As some more cars heading out. Again, my name is Mike Norris alongside.
And Patrick Davis sitting alongside.
That's right. Glad to have you.
Gonna be a fun weekend,
Oh,
Mike.
it is. It is. Once we get going, and we got to get through some of this preliminary stuff, get them all timed in. And speaking of Troy Ricketts, there is Wes Ricketts in 21, a regular here at the Fairbury Speedway. One car in front of him in the 20 machine. Let's see if we got some. We got a 20S, a Tanner Sullivan out of Pontiac, Illinois.
That is Tanner, yeah.
Street stock hot shoe here at the Fairbury Speedway. And I believe Austin Holcomb at 8A. Oh, we got a 15 in there. Jeff Hamby, is that the Lansing, Tennessee driver we were talking about earlier?
That sure looks like it.
In car number 15H.
Yep.
And bartender at Eldora Speedway. So that's very cool. There's David Strimming, the lethal chassis, number 35.
Coming underneath here, the Salty Dog, Rick Salter, car number 95.
Another 35 on track here on the front straightaway. That is, well, we got David Strimming. We said him, 235. Scott Heath, our only driver out of Virginia, Monetta, Virginia. Hello to everybody in Monetta tonight. In the Bobcat 35 of Scott Heath as he rolls off turn 1. Also on track over in turn number 1 as well, car number 42. I believe that was one of the drivers that was here a week ago testing, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure and double check and get it right before they start hot lapping here. Well, maybe he didn't come out with the right group, did he? I don't see a 42.
Would be possibly Clint Young.
Yeah, Clint Young out of Ava.
Yeah,
Illinois.
very fast. Modified. He's modified B-mod driver. Run a lot down around Tri-City. A lot of wins down in that neck of the woods.
Kurt Spalding in 5. 7 of Brad DeYoung. DeYoung had a good run a week ago. Kankakee County Speedway as well with the Mars Series. Speaking of the All-Star Performance number 5, he ran second to Michael Ledford a week ago. So we'll keep our eyes on the 5 machine here out throughout the weekend. There's Austin Holcomb. Holcomb very fast in 8A out in the Carolina areas. There's Kurt Spalding in 5. In Kurt's runner-up to the Madman Michael Ledford 1 week ago. Was your feature winner at Hartford, Michigan last Friday. Brad DeYoung behind of him in car number 7. We were talking cars that are good at qualifying. And there's the lethal chassis himself, David Strimming.
And he went to the top of the board in hot laps. We broke 14 now. We're 14.506 for 35S of David Strimming.
A favorite, possible favorite coming in. There's Clint Young out of Ava. And some more of the cars here. Over 100. 122 to be exact. If you're just joining us, welcome into the Fairbury Speedway. Some more cars. I believe that's Danny Schwartz, Justin McCoy leading us out.
And there's the doctor.
There's the doctor, Danny Schwartz at 21D. 21JR. Now, I used to remember that as Justin McCoy. There's a lot of similar numbers here as we continue to navigate our way through Group still in
Group A.
Group A. Some of the cars on the backstretch. There's Danny Schwartz. See if we can get some of the cars for you.
I believe the one behind, there's the 25. Make sure we get the right letter for the 25 because there's a lot of A lot of, when you have 122 cars, Mike,
Yeah.
a lot of numbers repeat.
That'll be Rob Neubauer, newbie
Yes.
at Dislodge, Missouri. There we go. Got a chance to talk to him earlier. 3 wins, mainly at Farmington, Missouri.
There's the familiar Allen Motorsports 292 on your screen. And let's see who we got piloting that this week.
Former champion over there at where we'll be on Sunday for the Mars Series.
Over at the Mighty Spoon.
Yeah.
The Spoon Burger.
Give me a Spoon Burger on my birthday. Josh Allen, 292. JD Laster, 29L on the back straightaway. Another Sunoco Rookie of the Year, 29L. Also on track is the 86 machine. Drew Smith, there's our Port Lambton, Ontario, Canada driver. In car number 86. Next hot lap session underway. Patrick, how we doing?
All right, now David Stremme still holding down that top spot, but it'll be interesting after a couple laps here whether somebody can move up here on the board a little bit, as Stremme was able to do it on his last lap. Last couple guys have picked up on that very last lap. Zach Harris, the 98, jumps up to 3rd. Danny Schwartz up to 4th. Yeah, a couple guys in this session jump up into the top 5, so track just continuing just to slowly work its way in. By the time we get ready to qualify, I don't know, we might need to be watching the stopwatch, and maybe a track record gets broken tonight.
Yes, Dave Lilja in the 1 out part of that hot lap session. I'm going to make sure and get Dave Lilja in there. Heading down the back straightaway, and of course Drew in the 86, our Canadian. Make sure, yes, we did mention him a little bit ago. Drew Smith out of Port Lambton, Ontario. There's JD Laster in 29. And we got a car slow. It might be Danny Schwartz here early on.
Oh, yeah, getting the unwanted push there early. They're coming down the back straightaway.
Paris, Tennessee's Lucas Lee looking to dig a ditch all the way to 20 grand here tonight. He won some races down in Florida and several races. Almost 20 races a year ago, so that driver to keep your eye on all weekend long. 12 of Lucas Lee and the Lucas Lee Motorsports. Behind him, driver you mentioned earlier, Patrick.
Yeah, just recently dusted the car off from the way they were talking. Hasn't run as much as he normally does. That's the K9 of Mount Carmel, Illinois' Will Krupp in the Willie's Carbon Dyno Shop. Jericho Transmissions, Bill Steen, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, car number K9.
Looks good. See, heads down the back straightaway there. Some more cars pulling onto the speedway. 121 of Deese Schwartz, I see back there. Couple other cars, 22 and 98.
There's the D98 of Danny Smith.
Okay,
out of
there we
Montana. Good looking car for Danny this year. Yeah, speaking of Deese Schwartz, coming off a Pro Modified National Championship 1 year ago. Graduating up to the A mods, or
There
the
he
full
is.
mods as we call it. Yep, there's
Won a big B-Mod race here a week ago, so
yeah.
congratulations to him. 8, Kyle Strickler.
Yeah,
We know what he can do. Former Fall Super National winner in car number 8, now on screen. He'll be there in group number 1 as well, Group A. Behind of him, it'll be Cole Falloway. Talk about some Kentucky drivers. I know we have the 25 here. He's back racing on dirt with us.
Yes, sir.
But another guy, another Kentuckian that's fast. You need to keep your eyes on that guy. Over 20 wins a year ago, Cole Falloway will be part of the, he'll be mixing it up this weekend as well in 66.
Another one of the youngsters, too. And on the opposite end, we see the blue 1D.
Mean Dean.
Yep, that is Dean Hoffman, one of the regulars. His stomping grounds always were down Belleville, Highland, Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Part of the Racing Hoffman family, including Nick. Currently leading the World of Outlaws points right now, Nick Hoffman.
Deacon Dozard.
Yep, he's having a good year
Diggy Smalls.
so far. Yep.
Diggy Smalls in 17D. Hey, we're getting better, Patrick. I think we about got them all there. We only missed I don't know if we missed any. Is that Casey Schrock in 83, I think?
Yep, that's the 83 Casey Schrock.
Okay.
Regular down at Charleston Speedway, coming up here this weekend to represent.
All right. Did pretty good that hot lap session. I think we got most of them there. So.
And the 22 out there is Austin Becerra, and second quick for him. But hey, you were talking about the youngster out of Kentucky, the Owensboro, Kentucky youngster, Cole Falloway, top of the board, 14.411.
Track continues to get faster and faster. Falloway, Becerra. Of course, Becerra over there, I think Quincy, the bull ring off Broadway. Him and Kenny Wallace had a lot of battles on Sunday evenings a year ago. Austin Becerra very fast over there, Quincy, isn't he?
First car rolling out here. Former winner during the Prairie Dirt Classic. In the modified portion. That is 8K Levi Kissinger, the KBC Graphics Kissinger Farms car number 8K.
And I'd like to point out, he brought it up to me. I didn't go digging for this now. He brought it up to me. One of the only modified drivers to win a modified and Summer National feature win. Levi Kissinger. The only other driver to do it happened a year ago. Mike Harrison. So Harrison and Levi Kissinger, the only drivers in the Summer National Tour to win both in the late model and in the modified. Pretty cool stat right there. Thank you to Levi Kissinger in car number 8K. And behind of him, Michael Van der Riet in 17. I believe Van der Riet Jr. in 17V. One win a year ago. Came in the Callaway Raceway in Missouri. Michael Van der Riet in that 17V. There's Dave Weedholder in 05. See him racing all around the Midwest, always very fast wherever he goes.
There's the Noble Timber number 95. That I do believe. Zoom in here because there's a couple of Noble. There's a couple of entries. That is looks like the Salty Dog Rick Salter.
Okay.
So there's a couple of those cars that look a lot alike.
Well, it says Rick Salter 7th in the speed chart.
Okay, so it's not Rick. So it's a team car though.
There you go.
They look almost identical.
Well, we'll get it out there for you. And who else we got? One other driver. I think maybe we're missing another 20.
Oh. And then holy chat. That's Tanner Sullivan.
There's Tanner Sullivan.
There's Tanner.
So we got Brian Skaggs, Tanner Sullivan in the 220 cars. So Skaggs and Sullivan. '81, Victor Strong in the Marshalloni's Pizza car, Mark Anderson. Speaking of drivers over there at Spoon River Speedway, he has won a lot of feature wins over there at 31, Mark Anderson.
Not to be confused with the former late model competitor Mark Anderson that used to compete out of Lexington in the familiar number 6. Yeah,
6-cylinder. Landon Miller having looked like maybe some mechanical issues as that 110 load up. Well, he's all right. Gets her back going, but again, Landon Miller very fast in 110.
And the other 95, Ed Rowley.
Ed Rowley.
Out of Mattoon.
Checking the speed charts here. Landon Miller, 13.895.
How about that?
Dave Weedholder, 14.225. Dylan Woodling out there in car number 4. Right there, actually, and that's Royal Race car number 4, Dylan Woodling. Be now third as the track continues to get faster and faster as we get ready and set for probably Group B here shortly.
And fun note here, everybody inside the top 5 now was in that last session, so that kind of gives you a bit of an indication how much the track is kind of starting to transform a little bit.
So we have hot lapped 80 cars now, 80 cars of the 122. So probably got some in Group B now as cars continue to file onto the speedway. Rob Fuquay heading down the back straightaway in the familiar 3F. As used to drive, back there with the Schwartzes and the Jeff Likas. And,
oh yeah, a lot of fun battles between those guys at places like Farmer City, Charleston, and up here at Fairbury when they would come to town. You just never know. They're looking on screen there out of. There's the 71 of the Nitro Nanner. That is Jeff Graham, Macon regular.
Stonington, Illinois.
Stonington gang.
Hello to everybody there in Stonington. 32 Mason Duncan over in turn 1 and 2. Shout out to Mason Duncan on the backstretch. One Falls Cup feature win. Garrett Jamison in the 0. There's Carson Friedman in the 3 behind of him in his rookie campaign, the popcorn player. There's Garrett Jamison out of Royal Center, Indiana. 1 car back is the big wheel right there, Carson Friedman. Sitting ready to go. I work with him every day, him and his brother Austin. Very fast here at the Fairbury Speedway. Got some Matt Ryan Racing engine under the hood. Mars race car, MB Custom. So our next group gets ready to go green. Lyndon Whitfield behind of them in 21. There you go. He's a Sunoco Rookie of the Year contender on the Mars Series. 77 behind of him. It'll be Ray Bollinger. Ray has won a lot of features throughout the Midwest, hasn't he, Pat?
Oh, yeah. Former Lincoln Speedway track champion. Spoon River Speedway track champion for the Kewanee Kamikaze, Ray Bollinger.
There he is.
There on screen. And that Vanquish chassis.
Yes, ZR3. Love that. Very familiar here with the Fairbury Speedway and many of the bull rings throughout the Midwest. This seasoned veteran, number 77, Ray Bollinger.
And he jumps up into the top 5. So some sped out of that number 77.
About Lyndon Whitfield, 14.163.
Well, I'll tell you what, I believe it was a couple weeks ago during the Lucas Oil Show, had a great run going on in that car, number 21, made the show. Had really impressive run for him against a stout field of modifieds.
Friedman moves into the top 20. So track definitely picking up as we are approaching qualifying speeds in the 13.
We're getting there.
8.95 as we have hot laps over 80 cars. We got to 90. We have. Brent Hull was number 90 right now. Dustin King on track now 63.
And sitting there on the backstretch, that's the 125. That's A-Dog Alan Weiser in the second. Brian Shaw Motorsports car getting some assistance to leave off the back straightaway. So
car had some issues a week ago, not to throw the Shaw bunch under the bus or anything, but that car had some issues a week ago at Kankakee, driven by Ryan Unzicker, so we'll keep our eyes on that. EJ,
cause sometimes it's a case where you think you find something and it rears its ugly head again.
I hope not. Hopefully they get that fixed backed up. There's Bob Pullman in the 1, I believe 42 of Gregory. Alan Stipp in 88 there on the back straightaway.
Yep.
7 of, that's our sportsman driver, Stephen Mattingly, car number 7. Heading into turn, should be coming into screen here.
Here he is.
One more back.
There it is.
There's 7 of Stephen Mattingly. Sportsman Hot Shoe in the Chanel Auto Repair, car number 7. Driving the CR Towing and Recoveries car number, or Sportsman. Also on the Speedway is 21CZ. We mentioned him earlier. That would have been one of the drivers out there from, I believe, Group 1, possibly. And you're learning some of them as we are.
Yep, yes, indeed.
That's Cole Karneski. Cole Karneski out of Denmark, Wisconsin. Cole Karneski at 21CZ. Timmy Hill.
Yep,
we do know Timmy Hill.
Yep.
Timmy Hill sitting ready to go in 51. Racing down there in a lot of the St. Louis area racetracks.
Yep, another one of those Tri-City Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Yep. He's earned the nickname Mr. Excitement, and I think we may see this weekend why he's earned that nickname. Zaneski up to second quick there on the board already. Good lap for him. It's a Zeekster, Zeke McKenzie.
I was going to say, Zeekster's out there on the back straightaway. About to get a good look at him right there going into turn 3. 24 machine right there. The Vanquish ZR3 of Zeke McKenzie. Fast here in hot laps.
Second quick for the Zeekster, 14.060 right now. Landon Miller, the only driver in the 13th bracket. Impressive for him. Anthony
Carter, the Hamlet, Indiana driver, at 26 out there. Get a good look at the 88S of Alan Stipp. Timmy Hill on 51.
It looks like we've had, it looks like 99 exactly cars go out, so
23 more, yes. So it should be 1 or 2 more groups.
There's Peoria, Illinois' Mike Chastain Jr. 1 week ago rewrote the modified track record at Lincoln Speedway that was held formerly by Kenny Wallace.
Pro Circuit. Reeser Landscaping always on board. And the 45, it's hammer time. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right, stop.
There you go, hammer time. Kyle Hammer in 45. And another youngster here at the Fairbury Speedway, Katie McCorder, the Sandman, the McCorder Betting Titan Industries K&S car 14. That young man's having a very successful young career, and not going to be too much longer before he finds victory lane. I believe he did Farmer City Raceway a year ago.
He did a year ago, picked up one feature win up there. And speaking of Farmer City feature wins, you'll see him come into
two heavy hitters here, coming up behind here, right there.
There he is, the 99B, the last lap. You might call it a bit of a heist if you're a Michael Ledford fan, but if you're Blake Brown, it was a great last 3 or 4. But what a win for that young man! He was absolutely ecstatic after that as well.
Yeah.
He didn't even quite know how to put it into words because, like he said, I'm not a top shelf guy.
Driver out of Corbin, Kentucky, a 9.9 B square, going to be a factor before this weekend's over. And the driver behind of him looking to rewrite the record books. One of the fastest qualifiers, racers, if you will. 89 Austin Freeman, a feature winner over at the Farmer City Raceway. And that Livingston Stonewares Machines, Ace Motorsports. Old Big Red, an 8.9, set ready to get her going here this weekend.
Picked up the opening night win here at Fairbury. And speaking of somebody come back.
The Quiet Riot. How about it? Jeff Curl set ready to go. He was one of the fastest cars.
Or do we call him the coach now?
The coach or the Quiet Riot, you pick. I tell you what, he is fast, and his son's good at basketball. And man, what a year they had, the PC Hawks. Congratulations to all of them. But how about Jeff Curl? He got a big heat race win. He was fast early in the night as well. So our next hot lap session, taking green flag, another 99 as we scour through our notes.
I believe that is that Wes Steidinger.
Oh yes.
That is the Fairbury Flyer.
And the Steidinger Construction 99, the first laps he has turned in many, many years. There we go, the Wes Flyer. Wes Steidinger, the Fairbury Flyer. Good to have him back. Again, 2006. He was the Fairbury and Farmer City track champion. 21 wins in 2007 for the Fairbury Flyer.
Impressive. And
2007, so we'll keep our eyes on him.
Looks like 3 or 4 drivers in the top 5 now in this
Had
last
to be Austin
group.
Friedman.
Mike Chastain to the top of the board.
Wow.
Blake Brown 3rd. Jeff Curl and Kyle Hammer. Austin Friedman was there, though. He's 6th. He was right there. Josh Harris, the Kentucky hot shoe, was in there as well. He was out in that last session. Very quick. And
Jacob Rexing, 58R, is that right? Rolling down the back straightaway.
Oh, no, that's Ryan Hamilton out of Fairview Heights, Illinois, graduate of the Kid Mods.
There you go, Ryan Hamilton set and ready to go. Derek Losh, another Indiana driver in 21. Very fast. Chris Smith behind of him. Austin Reddig, the Sikeston, Missouri driver.
Yep, he's gone back and forth throughout the last 4 or 5 or so seasons. You'll see him sometimes in a late model, sometimes in a modified. Tonight with us with the Mars Racing Championship, presented by Summit Racing Equipment.
Chris Smith, you saw Derek Losh in 21. There's the Sikeston, Missouri driver of Austin Reddig.
Coming in the screen. Now there's the 2.5 out of Owensboro, Kentucky. Tyler Nicely. Definitely somebody to keep an eye on. He's no stranger amongst this group of in this field of picking up feature wins against these guys.
Another regular at the Fairbury Speedway, running for Rookie of the Year points. That'll be Trevor Ringel in the Liptech sponsored 24T. Trevor Ringel set ready to go early in his career still. Keep our eyes on that 24T machine. And there's our final qualifier tonight, the Leka Tree Service. Patrick, you had a little good note. He's a track record holder, but it's not in the modified group.
Nope, he is a stock car track record holder here. 14.833 set June 23rd of 2018 to the driver of the Leka Tree Service Take 5 Oil Change Center's car number J24.
Jeremy Nichols, we're ready to go.
I believe that is, looks like Richie Lex.
Yep, Richie Lex in car number 7, the grizzled veteran, set and ready to go. I talked to Richie. He's got 5 championships under his belt. He's won in Bloomington Speedway, Terre Haute, Lincoln, Park.
And
So.
hey, they saved one of the guys who's got a lot of wins. Eight dirt car national championships, 6 Summit Racing Equipment Modified Nationals titles, countless wins. They started calling it #Halls.
Yes.
Mike Harrison out of Highland, Illinois, who last Friday night at Kankakee, the late model, took a bit of a ride, and it's kind of a bad situation for him, especially considering his season was already delayed due to a pinched nerve in his neck.
Glad everything was okay with Mike Harrison, but back on track. Good to see him, and we'll see. And he quickly jumps to the top of the leaderboard. He's 3rd. Katie McCorder, 11th. See if anybody. Tyler Nicely. Didn't take him long to figure it out again, did it?
Not at all.
Harrison 3rd. And Derek Losh, the Rensselaer, Indiana driver, jumps up. There's Richie Lex in 7. There's Tyler Nicely. Nicely goes to 4. 13,946. So 4 make it 6 drivers. Get into the 13 mark. 13,999 for Losh. Blake Brown at 13,986. Tyler Nicely, Mike Harrison 3rd in that final group. Landon Miller, very impressive, 13,895. Talked to Lance Dame earlier this week and he said he just likes the look of Landon Miller's car, the way it's balanced and the way he's got it going. So Lance scheduled to be out here this week, in and out. But I think, did that do it for Hot Lap Sessions? It did.
It looks like it. It looked like 2 or 3 cars elected not to come out. Mike McKinney looked like being one of them.
And we do have late models here this weekend. And they will present themselves with several test sessions throughout the night here tonight, as the Mars late models will be in action on Saturday. Now tomorrow it'll be Falls Cup late models. They're going to battle for $2,500 tomorrow night, the Falls Cup late models. So Falls Cup late model hot laps should be coming up next. And
I know what we've got checked in, but
a couple of them.
I know what we've got checked in. We'll see who comes out, see who maybe elects to wait a hot lap session or two, because they will have, I believe, 3 or 4 different opportunities spread out throughout the.
And for those of you watching on Flow, once again, you're watching the Illinois Dirt Shootout here at the Fairbury Speedway. We'll take a break and come right back. Coming up next, again, late model, what do you call it, practice session?
Yeah, open test.
And
then
open qualifying for the inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootouts. Once again, presented by Hot Rod Septic and Pope Joy Inc. You're watching it all live at the Fairbury Speedway, the inaugural Illinois